Coach, some overall thoughts on the scrimmage today?
Yeah, and I wasn't happy with the fumbling early, for sure. We'd had a really good spring, all spring when it was live tackle, take care of the ball. So that's the first thing that sticks out in my mind. So that it's good on the defense, flying around, but it's not good on the wideouts, putting the ball on the ground. So I thought as it went on, there was some really good physicality. I think we're going to be a physical team. I thought that every time we came out the field after live contact, it's been very physical. I think some guys really were warriors today. You know, we played with 8 linemen, played really for both teams. Played with 3 corners that played for both teams, and 3 safeties that played for both teams. So it wasn't necessarily as much as 1s against 2s and 2s against 1s that has been in the past. It was kind of 1s and a half against 1s and a half. You know, so I thought some guys really learned how to be tough today, and there were some good things that way, for sure.
Kind of a surprising day for Tyrese Steadman, 2 fumble recoveries, including the scoop and score. So kind of where do you rank his progress right now?
I think he's gotten better all spring. You know, Denzel went down and Grabsky went down, so he's gotten a ton of reps. I think on those 2 plays, it's just a great job hustling to the ball. Probably somebody else made the strip and caused it, but that's when you hustle, when you fly to the ball, and good things happen. So I think you saw it all last year. Like, he's a really talented kid, as talented as anybody on the team. Like, we just watch him run. I mean, he's a pretty guy to watch run. Like, when we're doing conditioning or anything else, and he's going to be a great player here. So I wasn't surprised, because he's just a very talented kid.
The twos had their moments, especially Lenway after that pass was dropped, not falling apart over that, and then throwing a touchdown.
Yeah,
against your ones.
Yeah, he did some nice things. He just got to continue to grow and learn, and just the little simple things of the back line's up on the wrong side. He's got to fix him and put him on the correct side, you know. And there's a lot of those little things that we got to still keep working on. Now, that happened to him a couple of times, because then that messes up your protection.
Just what are your overall thoughts on the quarterback play, not only today but throughout the spring?
I'm happy with all 3. I think they all got better. I think that was our goal going into it, that they all needed to improve. I think they all showed improvement. You know, Dylan's grandma passed away, and that was too bad, so he missed a week of practice, and Colton missed a little bit of practice because of his foot, and then had to kind of be half and half at times. But I think overall, all 3 of them got better, and that was the goal. You know, the goal was to leave spring ball with all 3 of them be better players, and then the goal is by the end of fall camp, we got to be able to win with all 3, and that's what we got to continue to step forward and move forward.
It looked like Johnson took advantage of the opportunity for carries after Thigpen went up. First of all, how badly hurt is Thigpen, and secondly, how well did Johnson do?
I don't know about Thigpen, and I hope not very bad, but I don't know. Johnson did. He came in. He missed a couple protections, but he did a really good job of running hard.
Is there anybody that, as a quarterback group, that's put themselves at the front of the line as far as when we enter the fall?
I don't think so. I think they're all just continuing to battle, and I want them all keep battling and keep improving, and as of right now, not really.
And what stands out, I guess, from each of those 3 options? Just what are their strengths, their biggest strengths for each one of them?
I think as you go down the list, Dylan, I think his biggest strength is his quick release, and at times his accuracy. That's what he needs to improve on. But I think his release is a good thing. I think Colton throws the quick game. That's probably his best thing he does, actually, is the hitches and the quick stuff and the underneath stuff. He's accurate on it, and quick release, and then Mason's probably his movement. And at times I wanted to look at using those 2 together, and maybe by making the defense run sideline to sideline with one of them, and then jumping in with the other one, and just seeing. There's some different things I did today. I just wanted to get on tape and see how they look.
It may be too early to evaluate this, but do you have a sense that Caden can handle that 2-way workload that you threw at him today?
I think so. I just got to figure out how much. And he was really good today. Like, there was times on offense where he's like, "Hey, coach, I'm good. I need a little break." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really what he's got to be. He's just got to be honest with me, you know, and because really he's a little bit unstoppable on both sides of the ball right now. You can't block him and you can't cover him, you know. So, but I'm never gonna take him so much on the offense that it hurts defense. That we're not gonna do. But we're gonna use him. That's for sure.
Have you ever had a player who plays that much both ways?
I've been around a couple, but not for a long time. not for a long time, and maybe not as well as he plays both sides of the ball. Maybe some other guys, you know, were really good on one side of the ball and just had a little roll on the other side of the ball. But he's really good at both sides of the ball. So that's just something we got to keep working on and keep coming up with things that he can do.
Beyond the physical demands of that, I mean, you're lining him up on offense in so many places. Is he able to absorb all that?
Yeah, he's just a great learner. I mean, he's different than a lot of guys. A lot of guys, you got to meet in here for an hour and go over it. And then you got to go out on the field and they got to have all kinds of reps of going over it. And then they still might mess it up. We had guys doing that today. Where Caden, really, you go over it with him once, you walk through it with him once, he knows it. And there's a few things that we had to remind him of, but he's such a quick learner and cares so much and comes up extra on his own, and he really wants to be so good on both sides of the ball that it's easy to teach him and it's easy to line him up all. I mean, you're right. We're not only playing him both ways, we're lining him up on every single spot. So it'll be an interesting thing for people to have to deal with, that's for sure.
What's the big emphasis now as you enter the off season? Obviously, the upcoming year, you have the big transition, switching to the Big Skies. So in that first year, it's sort of like playing all these non-conference games, essentially, right? Because you're facing guys that you haven't seen necessarily in a while.
Yeah, but we've already been studying them hard. You know, really, as soon as Christmas break was, there was that little time where you couldn't be out recruiting. I made the offense and defense both make a booklet of the Big Sky teams we play next year, from who we play first to who we play last. And then I took all the tape and watched it all Christmas break along with what they made. And then we've already game planned the first 4 conference games. And then when they get off the road from spring recruiting, we'll game plan the rest of them. So it is our first time playing them, but we've put in a lot of time studying them already, and we're going to put a whole bunch of more time. What I'm hoping is we'll put more time in studying every single one of them than they're going to put in studying us. And that's the key. That's what we got to get done.
You've got a new long snapper, or a new holder. Is the long snapper new or not?
No, the long
So
snapper.
you have a new holder.
We do have a
How's
new.
that working?
It's been good until today.
Yeah.
You know, until today it was a little sloppy. So that's just something we got to work hard on all off season.
Is that a concern, or is that something?
No, Josh has been really good at it. And actually, early in, like last year in fall camp, Josh was actually the starter at one point over AJ, and then Josh got hurt, and then AJ kind of took over. So. Obviously, it needs to be better than it was today, but we just got to keep working at it, and he'll get better at it.
You said your team is physical. Are there any other things that stick out at this point as strengths of this team?
I think they're running hard to the ball, you know, both sides of the ball. I think we got some playmakers on offense. Got to hold on to the ball better, and that was upsetting because we hadn't done that all spring. But I think we got some young playmakers and even old playmakers. You know, Dave's playing really well. Jeff Cotton had a great spring. Maybe necessarily didn't show up as much today. But DJ Lee is a playmaker. He's been number 7 all camp, but he has a number 4 today when we went to the Gold. But Cottrell he's a playmaker. So you feel good about that, you know. And I think our line is getting tougher. And that's probably what we really need to have. And there's a really good competition. There's only 8 of them, but they're all competing their butts off right now. And there is more. You know, Noah didn't get to go all spring because he was hurt, and then Connor got hurt. So that's 2 guys that started all last year. We got a couple good freshmen coming in. So I think that competition is going to be good. I think it'd be hard-pressed to find anybody that'll have better linebackers than we do. You know, I think our linebackers are going to be pretty special. Our safeties are going to be really athletic. And we just got to continue to. We've got some young guys, not young, but new guys in the D line. But I think Cameron and Ben might have been 2 of the biggest surprises of spring ball for me. Man, did they play good? They had a good spring. So we just got to keep getting better. You know, we got to have a great summer of everybody grinding and improving.
Did the 2s on offense have a better day than you expected, or did the ones on defense have not quite as good a day as you were expecting?
I think if you looked at it overall, a couple of those, like the one completion to Cottrell, that was a sack. And then what happens is I have the quarterback, but I turn and watch the route sometimes, and then I looked back, that was a sack. So there was a couple of those plays that like looked good if you just watched here, but they were really 10-yard and 12-yard losses. There was a couple of little series there where they ran the ball pretty good though. They did, and then that last little series, we were really working what someone in the conference does. You know, and something we could do too, but when we started on the 20 and we were doing some of that option stuff, and so that's someone that will play that does that exact scheme. And so we were really working just to get more of that on tape, and we could do it too. We've worked it enough this spring. We're getting pretty good at it too. So, but that's definitely for one of our opponents in the conference.
Anything else here? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. You guys have a great night.